Welcome back, everyone. We're kicking off another deep dive today. We're going to be looking at the future of travel. It's a topic that never gets old, and frankly, it's changing faster than ever.
Absolutely. It really is.
To navigate this shifting landscape, we're turning to a fascinating Deloitte report.
Oh, a great choice.
It's called Facing Travel's Future, a Future of Consumer Industry report. And it really dives deep into the trends that are going to shape the next decade of travel.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about it is it connects all these different trends. It doesn't just look at like the tech or the travelers.
Right.
It shows how all these forces are kind of intertwined and how that's going to impact travel.
Right. It's not just like individual things happening in isolation. It's like this kind of ecosystem, right? And one of the big forces at play is, of course, the traveler themselves.
Right, at the core of it all.
And the traveler landscape is really changing. I mean, we've got baby boomers who've been such a dominant force in travel, starting to travel a bit less. And then you have Gen Z and millennials who are just coming into their own, and they're about to become like the powerhouse travelers of the future.
Yeah, it's a major generational shift, which it's not just like a new group of people traveling.
Right.
It's a totally new mindset.
Right.
A totally new set of expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, these are digital natives.
Right.
Sustainability is incredibly important to them. And they're on TikTok, constantly seeing amazing places.
Yes. And the report actually points this out. 42% of Gen Z travelers are using TikTok to plan their trips.
Wow.
Versus only 7% of Gen X and older travelers.
That's a huge gap.
It's a massive gap. So travel companies really need to be thinking like, okay, are we speaking their language?
Yeah.
Are we on the platforms where they are? Are we creating the kind of content that they're actually going to engage with?
Yeah, it's a whole new way of marketing.
Right.
Forget the brochures. It's got to be authentic. It's got to be like short form video.
Exactly.
And you can't just say you care about sustainability.
Right.
You have to actually show it.
We have to actually to prove it. Yeah. And it's not just Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
There's another segment that's really shaking things up, and the report calls them laptop luggers. They're these remote workers. They're blending work and leisure travel. They're creating this whole new breed of frequent traveler.
And you might think, oh, well, isn't that just a digital nomad?
Right.
But there's a nuance there.
Yeah.
They tend to have more structured jobs. Maybe they work for large companies.
Right.
But they have that flexibility to work from anywhere.
Yeah. And the report actually found that they're much more likely to stay in hotels that have high sustainability ratings. They look for lower emission flights.
They're really putting their values into action.
Yeah, they're not just talking the talk. They're actually walking the walk, and their wallets are following suit. So it's a powerful force, and this is putting pressure on hotels and airlines to really up their sustainability game.
Yeah, it's not just about having, recycling bins anymore.
Right.
This is about a deep commitment to minimizing environmental impact.
And then on top of that, we have India.
Oh, yeah.
Emerging as a major force in global travel.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already seen the impact of China's booming travel market. India's right behind them.
Yeah, ready to make their mark.
And the report projects like a 7.4% annual growth rate for Indian outbound travel between now and 2033.
So that's a huge influx of travelers.
Think about the sheer volume. That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's a completely different, set of cultural nuances, travel preferences.
Right.
India is a very mobile-first society.
Right.
So travel providers need to be thinking about, how to cater to that.
They got to be ready.
Yeah.
So we've got this much more diverse and dynamic traveler than ever before.
Yeah.
But it's not just about, who's traveling. It's about how they feel about the impact of their journey on the planet.
Oh, for sure.
Climate change is, it's not a distant threat anymore.
Yeah.
It's impacting travel decisions right now.
And the report found that a third of American travelers would actually take action, to travel more sustainably. And that percentage is even higher among Gen Z and millennials.
Of course, right. So it's a message that the industry cannot ignore.
Right. Sustainability is non-negotiable.
And it's not just about, appealing to travelers' consciences, right? It's
Yeah.
about recognizing that climate change is actually impacting destinations.
Exactly.
We're seeing rising temperatures affecting popular places. We're seeing shorter ski seasons.
Yeah, like the the very places people want to go are being affected.
Yeah.
And then we're seeing like the start of regulations,
Right.
targeting travel emissions. Like France has already banned certain short-haul flights where there's a train alternative.
Oh, interesting.
And in the U.S., there's talk of increasing fuel taxes for private jets.
Wow. So the industry is facing some real headwinds.
Yeah, big time.
Not just in terms of traveler demand, but also regulation and the very real impacts on the destinations themselves.
Right. They got to adapt on multiple fronts.
Absolutely. But amidst all this, there's this wave of technological innovation that has the potential to totally transform the travel experience. We're talking about artificial intelligence.
AI, the buzzword of the moment.
Right. Specifically, generative AI.
Yeah, that's the really exciting part.
And it's already starting to make waves.
It really is.
And the report even says that 1 in 10 travelers is already using some form of generative AI for trip planning.
That's amazing. Like, it's already happening.
It's happening, so it's not just like a future thing. It's here. And I think that leads to the question of, like, what does this mean for the future of the travel industry? How do they adapt?
Right. Like, how do they handle these new travelers, this focus on sustainability.
Right.
And this powerful new technology.
And the report actually dives into some really fascinating predictions.
Yeah, it gets into the specifics.
About how AI is going to reshape the travel experience.
And it's not just about making things more convenient.
Right.
It's about a fundamental shift in how we travel.
Yeah, I'm excited to dig into that.
Me too.
All right, so we've established that AI is poised to be a real game changer in the travel industry.
It really is.
But what does that actually look like, in practical terms?
Right. How will it change things?
The report talks about AI transforming the way we even search for travel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that?
So right now, like, searching for travel can be a real pain.
Yeah.
You're jumping between websites.
Mm-hmm.
The filters are clunky.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to piece together the perfect trip. AI could streamline all of that.
So instead of me spending hours, sifting through endless options, AI could just, do the heavy lifting for me.
Exactly, yeah. Imagine just describing your dream trip, in normal language.
Oh, okay.
Like, I want a relaxing beach vacation with some hiking, and I want to try the local food.
Mm-hmm.
And then, boom, AI generates a personalized itinerary that matches that.
That sounds amazing. No more scrolling through generic travel packages that just, don't quite fit what I'm looking for.
Exactly, yeah.
But wouldn't that take away some of the fun of planning a trip?
That's a good point.
I actually enjoy researching destinations, piecing together my own itinerary.
I get that, and the industry needs to be careful about that.
Right.
The goal isn't to remove the human element entirely.
Okay.
It's about finding that balance.
Right.
Between personalization and serendipity, you still want some surprises.
Yeah, the happy accidents.
Exactly, yeah. AI should enhance the experience, not dictate it.
Okay, so it's more about, AI empowering travelers.
Yes.
Rather than, controlling their every move.
Exactly.
But how does AI go beyond just, finding flights and hotels?
Right.
Because the report talks about AI curating entire travel experiences.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What does that even entail?
So think about, AI suggesting, hidden gems that match your interests.
Oh, okay.
Connecting you with local guides who can offer a really authentic experience.
Mm-hmm.
And even adjusting your itinerary in real time based on, the weather or local events.
Wow, that takes personalization to a whole new level.
It does.
It's almost like having a super savvy travel agent in my pocket.
Yes.
That just knows exactly what I want and makes sure everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, AI can tap into this massive amount of data,
Mm-hmm.
including real-time information, to create a truly customized experience for you.
But for all of this to work, the travel industry has to overcome some pretty big hurdles, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What are we talking about?
Well, the report talks about, the challenge of legacy technology.
Okay.
A lot of companies are still using these outdated systems.
Right.
That just aren't built for AI.
They can't handle it.
They can't handle it, yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to invest in updating their infrastructure, data management, even training staff.
Wow. So it's not just about, buying some fancy AI software and plugging it in.
Nope.
This is a fundamental shift.
A complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Travel providers need to stop thinking of AI as like this futuristic
Okay.
thing. It's here,
Yeah.
and it's a strategic imperative.
It's essential.
Yeah, the companies that embrace AI and
Yeah.
really integrate it into their core operations, those are the ones that are going to shape the future of travel.
It's exciting, but I have to admit, I do worry about the human element.
I understand that.
Like, is AI eventually going to replace travel agents and all these other human jobs in the industry?
You know, that's a question that comes up a lot.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think AI is going to completely replace human jobs in travel.
Okay.
I think it's going to augment them.
Okay.
It's going to free up travel professionals to do what they do best,
Okay.
like offering expert advice, crafting those really unique itineraries,
Yeah.
providing that personal touch that technology can't replicate.
So it's not like AI versus humans.
No.
It's
Not-
more like AI and humans working together
Exactly, yeah. Combining the strengths of both.
to create something even better.
Exactly, and that leads to the concept of, like, the GenAI travel agent.
Oh, okay.
That's where things get really interesting.
All right, you got to tell me more about this GenAI travel agent.
Okay.
It sounds like sci-fi.
It does, but it's closer than you think. Imagine telling this AI agent your ultimate travel dream. Does your budget, your preferred travel style, even your sustainability preferences.
So I'm basically just like handing over all my travel desires to this AI agent.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes out and scours all this data, flight availability, hotel prices, even things like the weather forecast and local events.
Wow.
And it creates this completely bespoke itinerary that meets all your criteria.
That's incredible. It's like having a personal travel concierge that just knows me better than I know myself and is constantly working to create the perfect trip.
Exactly, yeah.
But what about cost? Like, is this going to be something that everyone can afford, or is this only for like luxury travelers?
That's a great question. And I think, initially these Gen AI travel agent services might be a premium thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But as technology develops, the cost will come down.
Right.
And it'll become more accessible to everyone.
And while we're talking about potential downsides, what about data security? If AI is handling all this personal information, how do we know our data is safe?
That's a valid concern. Ethical use of data is paramount.
Yeah.
Travel providers need to be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
They need to prioritize privacy and security.
Okay.
And they have to have strong systems to prevent misuse.
That's really important for building trust.
It is. It's crucial.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Yeah.
It's about how we use it.
Exactly, yeah.
Responsibly and ethically.
Responsibly and ethically.
But beyond these potential concerns, like, what are some of the ways that AI can actually improve the travel experience?
Well, one area is like streamlining logistics.
Okay.
So think about things like airport check-in,
Yeah.
security lines, baggage handling.
All the pain points.
All the pain points, yeah. AI can optimize all of that.
Okay.
Reduce wait times, make the whole airport experience way smoother.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no more long lines.
And delays.
Delays.
But what about the actual travel experience once you're at your destination?
Yeah.
How can AI enhance that?
So imagine like an AI-powered app that gives you real-time translation.
Oh, okay.
So you can easily talk to locals. Or AI could help you discover like hyper-personalized recommendations for restaurants or shops or activities.
Oh, those are great examples.
Yeah.
It sounds like AI could make travel more accessible, more convenient, even more enriching.
For sure.
But I can't help but wonder, like, if AI is curating all these experiences for us, are we at risk of losing some of that spontaneity?
That's an interesting point.
The sense of discovery that makes travel so special.
Right, and it goes back to that balance we were talking about.
Right.
AI should enhance, not replace. The human element of travel. It's about empowering travelers to make informed decisions.
Right.
Discover new things.
Yeah.
Not controlling every aspect of the trip.
Yeah. So finding that balance between personalization and still allowing for those like unexpected moments.
Yes, exactly.
The serendipity, the happy accidents.
Yeah, those often make the best memories.
They really do.
The key is to use AI as a tool to unlock those moments,
Okay.
not to eliminate them entirely.
All right. So we've talked about AI's potential to, revolutionize travel search, curate these personalized experiences, streamline logistics.
Yeah.
But we haven't really touched on how AI might help the industry tackle the challenges of sustainability.
Right, that's a big one.
And the report actually gets into that.
It does, yeah.
So how can AI help the travel industry become more sustainable?
Well, AI can play a key role in helping the industry reduce its environmental impact.
Okay, can you give me some examples of what that would look like?
Sure. For example, AI could optimize flight routes and schedules
Okay.
to minimize fuel consumption,
Hmm.
or it could help develop smarter energy management systems for hotels, to reduce their carbon footprint.
So AI could help travel providers become more efficient?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
More efficient and more sustainable.
And it goes beyond just like operational efficiency, right?
It does, yeah.
Hmm.
AI could also be used to kind of nudge travelers towards more sustainable choices.
Nudge travelers. What do you mean by that?
So imagine you're booking a flight, right?
Hmm.
And the AI system suggests a flight option with a lower carbon footprint,
Okay.
even if it's not the cheapest or the most convenient.
Interesting.
Or maybe you're using a travel app,
Hmm.
and it rewards you for choosing sustainable transportation or eco-friendly accommodations.
Oh, so it's like gamifying sustainable travel,
Exactly.
making it more fun and rewarding.
Exactly. By using AI in these creative ways, we can actually incentivize sustainable travel
Hmm.
and help people make choices that are good for them and for the planet.
So it seems like AI has the potential to be like a real force for good in the travel
It
industry.
really does.
Helping to meet the needs of these new travelers and
Mhm.
addressing the need for sustainability.
Yeah, it can tackle both of those big challenges.
But as with any powerful tool, like it all comes down to how we choose to use it.
Absolutely, yeah. AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
It's up to us as travelers and as an industry to make sure we use it responsibly and ethically.
Yeah, to create a future of travel that is both enriching and sustainable.
Exactly.
And this all leads to a pretty crucial question. How will travel providers actually adapt their business models and strategies to thrive in this new AI-powered landscape?
Mhm.
We've talked about the changing traveler, the urgency of sustainability, and the disruptive power of AI. But how do travel providers actually adapt their business models and strategies to not just survive, but actually thrive in this rapidly evolving world? Like,
Mm.
what does the report say about that?
Well, the report really stresses that clinging to those outdated models is a recipe for disaster. Travel providers need to adopt a whole new mindset,
Okay.
one that's adaptable, agile, and truly customer-centric.
So it's not just about like integrating new technology, it's about a fundamental shift in how they even view the travel experience.
Exactly, yeah. Companies need to move away from just, booking flights and hotels
Hmm.
and think more holistically about the entire travel journey from that initial spark of wanderlust to post-trip engagement.
Oh, I'm intrigued by this idea of extending engagement beyond the trip itself.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of what that might look like in practice?
Sure. So imagine this. You're scrolling through, your social media feed,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a post from a travel company you've used before.
Okay.
But it's not just some generic ad.
Right.
It's a personalized recommendation for a destination
Okay.
that aligns with your past travels, your interests, maybe even your recent online activity.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
They're essentially keeping their brand top of mind
Mm-hmm.
by providing value even when I'm not like actively planning a trip.
Exactly. Yeah.
There.
And it can go beyond just targeted advertising.
Okay.
Think about online platforms or apps
Mm.
where travelers can connect with like-minded people,
Yeah.
share travel tips, even plan trips together.
So it's about like building community.
It is, yeah. It's about fostering that sense of community,
Mm.
building a loyal following.
Yeah.
That extends beyond individual trips.
It sounds like the travel industry is going to need to become a lot more tech savvy,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
not just in terms of AI, but just in how they use data and digital platforms to engage with travelers.
Exactly, yeah. Data is going to be the fuel
Mhm.
that powers the future of travel.
Right.
Companies that can effectively collect, analyze, and leverage data
Mm.
to personalize experiences,
Mm.
optimize operations, even predict future trends.
Right.
Those are the companies that are going to win.
But we've already talked about the ethical considerations around AI and data privacy.
Right, yeah.
How can travel providers make sure they're using data responsibly and building trust with travelers?
What transparency is key.
Okay.
Travelers need to know how their data is being used, and they need to feel confident that their privacy is protected.
Right.
Building trust is essential.
It really is. It's the foundation of everything.
It is, yeah.
So much of what we've discussed today really hinges on this idea of balance, you know?
Yeah, finding that sweet spot.
Balancing the power of AI with the human touch. Balancing personalization with serendipity.
Right.
Balancing innovation with responsibility.
It's like a juggle.
It's a lot to juggle.
And it's also what makes it so interesting.
It's a complex landscape, but I think that's what makes it so fascinating.
It does, yeah. It's a challenge, but it's also an incredibly exciting time to be a part of the travel industry.
Yeah, to be shaping the future.
Exactly. The challenges are significant, but so are the opportunities. The companies that embrace change, that adapt to these evolving needs of travelers, they have a really bright future ahead of them.
I think so too. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From demographic shifts and technological advancements to sustainability and the transformative potential of AI. It's a lot to process, but hopefully this deep dive has given you a glimpse into the forces that are shaping the future of travel.
And remember, the future of travel isn't just something that happens to us.
Right.
It's something that we create through the choices we make as travelers, the innovations we drive as an industry.
So as you plan your next adventure, consider the trends we've discussed today.
Yeah.
Embrace the power of technology to personalize your experience. Make conscious choices that support sustainable travel. And remember that the most rewarding journeys are often the ones that take us beyond our comfort zones.
The world of travel is in constant evolution.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so captivating.
I agree.
Who knows what incredible experiences are waiting for us just around the corner.
I can't wait to find out. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of travel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates. Visit Tourism, Capturing the Scene of Knowledge, a comprehensive website delivering the latest travel trends and innovations. Accelerate your mastery of the tourism industry, all in one place. Navigate through a vast showcase of comprehensive business-oriented tourism content, 99% pure industry intelligence, and 1% academic, curated for discerning professionals. Why subscribe to Tourism? Capturing the Scene of Knowledge. Make informed decisions. Instantly access key reports and insights from top sources across the tourism industry. No research required. All in one place. Why split your attention? A single subscription gives you easy access to thousands of reports, videos, and infographics just as effortlessly as watching a 30-second ad. Save time with curated searches. Time is money. Let our subscription save you both by delivering valuable insights directly without the endless search. Until next time, happy travels.